I hope everybody's having a great day. You're staying safe, you're staying healthy, you're staying cool, you're staying warm wherever you are. I'm so late. I got caught up with work, got distracted actually, and that's why I'm late. So I'm sorry for anybody who may have been waiting. But I'm glad to be here now. I hope you are too. Let's see what's Archangel Michael's message, just so we don't waste any time. Let's see what message you need to know. I noticed that let me see, this is on. I don't see anything on messages. Let's see. Nothing there. Okay, that's interesting. I don't see anything about the chat being open. Let me see something. I think I may have turned that off. Let me see if I could try to put it on now. Edit. Public. Well, I should be live, right? I am alive. Let's see. Okay, good. Let me check it. I'm gonna look at the settings just in case anybody comes on. Thank you for the like. What are you? Goodbye. Goodbye. We have no time for that right now. I'm trying to change the setting, but I'm gonna have to mute this so I could go in. And then, yeah, I have the chat turned off. I put that on last night just in case anybody tried to put messages overnight, because I scheduled this live last night, but I guess it is what it is. Let me see if it'll let me change the setting, because it's not even giving me that option too. So yeah, it looks like you won't be able to chat with me. I'm sorry, unless I restart the live. Should I do that? Should I restart the live? If I get just one thumbs up, that just lets me know, and then I could just start over. Just let me know. If you're fine with not being able to chat with me, then I could keep going. I can keep going. Just let me know. So if you're new here, my name is Tan. Artemis Oracle is my channel, and I usually have the chat open for at the very least, my subscribers, but I forgot that I turned it off. So I apologize for that inconvenience. I hope everybody's having a great day. Now that I see that people here, I hope you continue to have a good day. And if you're not, I hope your day gets better. I truly do. These past few days have been challenging for me. And it's interesting that the moon yesterday was in Libra and now it's currently in Scorpio, which is my sign. Okay, so we got one card. It's Archangel Michael's messages guide book. I don't have it. I left it at home. But the card that we have is be honest with yourself. All your feelings, even the difficult ones, have a message for you. Accept your truth and let source take it from there. This is about acceptance. This is about release. And this is about finding peace within yourself. And sometimes we find peace when we acknowledge truths that were difficult for us to admit and to accept. So this is about acceptance too, with whatever truth that you're going to have to face within yourself. It's important that we're honest with ourselves. We can't lie to ourselves anymore. We have to be as honest as we wish other people would be to us, you know? I know sometimes we like when people tell us certain things that, like, you know, like white lies. I don't really like white lies, honestly. I try not to do that, you know, but it's important that if there's something that you've been denying yourself or denying to yourself, anything that you've been avoiding and needing clarification from, sometimes you're going to have to go within to find it. And the most important thing is to be honest with yourself, honest with the situation you may be experiencing, at least honest about how you've been showing up in that situation, if that resonates with you, or just coming to terms with something that you probably have been denying for some time here. It's important to accept your truth and then let source take it from there, you know? I love this. It's like finding peace within yourself, you know? It's interesting. Yeah, that's very interesting. That card came out. One thing, one truth, I'm going to be honest here because I find it like it's important for us to be honest, is I had to accept the fact that I am not ready to be in a relationship. I am emotionally not ready to be in a relationship. That's me being honest with myself. As much as I would love to be with somebody, to spend time and create a home or build something with somebody, like I'm not in that place. And that's something I had to accept myself. So I wonder what is something that you need to accept. Since I don't have the chat open, you can't let me know. But, you know, it's something that you can ask yourself. You know, it doesn't hurt to ask yourself these questions. Like my motto is it's more important to understand yourself than it is to understand anybody else. When we understand ourselves, we then are able to have more compassion and empathy for other people because we are in turn compassionate and empathetic towards ourselves. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. I know it does. It makes sense in my mind. Let's see if there's any other message from Archangel Michael. From Archangel Michael. Any other message? Make a decision. Just justice, basically. You know, I always say that we create our own justice, you know, and we could give ourselves our own closure. So make a decision. Are you choosing to prioritize yourself or another situation? Accept divine guidance pointing you toward your own joy. You deserve it. So you deserve to be happy. It's okay for you to prioritize yourself. It's not selfish to put yourself first because you're your first caregiver. As adults, we are responsible for our own caregiving. And what this card is saying is like you sometimes we have to be honest with ourselves, right? But we have to make the decisions that are best for us. Sometimes it may not be good for other people, but because it may, especially if you're an overgiver, you know, if you decide, okay, I always give, and I don't get anything in return, but now it's time for me to give to myself. And you know, sometimes people have a problem with that, and then sometimes we don't want to face the aftermath because we'll be then accused of being selfish or being inconsiderate. But the thing is, there's only so much consideration you can give to other people at your own expense, and that's why it's important for you to make a decision that is right for you, regardless of how it may impact other people, because whatever decisions you make, they impact you the greatest. You know, anybody else is like aftermath. It's like fallout. It's like you first and everybody else second, you know? And sometimes you have to be honest with yourself when you're making a decision. You know, when you're making a decision, are you doing it for your highest good? Or are you doing it to appease other people? Are you doing it to not face any backlash or side eyes, you know? Are you doing it for yourself or are you doing it for other people? And are you doing it for other people because you want to avoid conflict? You know, choosing yourself, it shouldn't be cause for conflict because people choose themselves all the time, you know? It's funny, get your power back. You have forgotten who you are. You are a child of the divine. So take back your power. If you've been overgiving to situations, people, and sacrificing yourself, you're disempowering yourself. And it's important for you to take your power back. And that may be the decision that you need to make that will allow you to take your power back, for you to empower yourself. But it's all a matter of how honest you truly are with yourself, you know? So we have the numbers 5 for be honest with yourself, 19 for make a decision, and 13 for get your power back. 13 is Scorpio, death card energy, you know? Okay, so let me see if there are any other messages. I wonder if I brought any other oracle decks. Oh yeah, I did. Okay. I know these cards are like not the same as the Archangel Michael, but still, you know, they could bring up certain things that we also need to be, you know, I kind of call these like, they're kind of like shadow cards in a way. in a way, because they talk about stuff that we kind of sweep under the rug, that we really don't want to face, we really don't want to address, or something that we just keep to ourselves because we know we might be judged. Like a couple of live streams ago, I admitted that I was in a sneaky link connection, I admitted that, and that was me being honest with myself. But, it's okay to be vulnerable, but you have to be vulnerable with the right people, And the sneaky link situation was not me dealing with someone who was in a relationship, because I don't do that, I can't do that. All right, let's see. What message does the collective need to know? What is... one more, please. Okay. Remember, we had the card Take Back Your Power, and I think a couple of live streams ago, I think it was yesterday, this card came out, and I mentioned like taking back your power, like you're repossessing your power, and it's funny that this Archangel Michael card mentions take back your power, get your power back, so some of you are definitely being asked to take back your power. But if we look at the card for what it is, it says repo, default on payments, financially incapable, and repossessed assets. So, what usually happens, how that usually happens, you're being irresponsible with your money, you're not paying your bills on time. Be honest with yourself. Is that you? Is that you? You don't have auto pay on? But some of us, not everybody, not me per se, but I say us as humans. We do sometimes have issues with paying bills because we prioritize other things over necessities. Like we have wants that we want more than what we need, so. But also some of us are in difficult financial situations. So this is no joke if that's your situation. But based on the cards that I'm seeing, I don't feel like the repo has anything to do with financial issues, because I see the first card that we got was the cleanse. This is about detoxing yourself, cleansing your aura, cleansing your energy, cleansing your environment, your space, just basically doing a cleanse to get rid of anything that doesn't like really sit well with you. Like if you're feeling the ick within yourself, then, take a salt bath, smudge. I apparently sunbathing is a way of cleansing too, because I looked it up and I was like, I wonder, the sun is, it's one of the sources of life, we need water, right? We need the sun for sunshine. It helps the plants grow. It helps with photosynthesis and all that stuff, But the cleanse, detox, ridding negativity, purification. This is about you getting rid of anything that's negative within you. And I did mention that the moon is a waxing gibbous in Scorpio, and is going into a full moon in Sagittarius on Sunday, May 31st. And every time I do a full moon reading, I always mention that full moons are about cleansing, getting rid of, purification, it's like sudden realization, because the full moon, you see everything. You see the good, the bad, and the ugly about the moon, because the moon, as beautiful as she is, and I love the moon so much, I'm a moon lover. The moon does have perfections, just like we are, but that doesn't make us any less beautiful, right? But the thing is, things are out in display. You see everything. Everything is out in the open. And this is about the shadow. This is shadow aspect, because the sun illuminates everything. It's the brightest star that we have in our galaxy, right? I'm not an astronomer or anything, but it's just going by what I've heard. I haven't been in school in a long time. I haven't taken science classes in a while, but please forgive me. But I believe the sun is the brightest star, right? It's the biggest star. And it creates these little stars that we see, right? But the sun, it illuminates everything. Everything is a light, but the moon illuminates what's in the dark. It's the shadow aspect of ourselves. And with the moon currently being in Scorpio and full moons being about release, there may be certain habits, behaviors, or truths that you need to release, You have to acknowledge, you know. But this is a way of cleansing yourself. And this is not like going in the shower and washing your ass type of cleanse. This is this is kind of like a deep cleaning, in the sense that you're going deep within yourself and you're working out these issues that are now becoming more prevalent or more visible to you. You know, you could see it. The next card that we have is cuffing season, which is interesting because single, ready to mingle, ready for a relationship, on the hunt. I think for some of you, if something that you need to do with this, and it's funny that I was just talking about myself and these cards came out, and I'm not doing a reading for me, but some of these messages can be for me too, because I am a person, a human being, and I experience things, and we may be experiencing things at the same time together, and we don't know that, and we don't even know each other, you know, but we're human. We're gonna go through the same things, but in different timelines, you know. And this may be a past situation for you, or this could be a future. I was talking about how I had to admit to myself that I'm not ready to be in a relationship. So this is me being honest with myself. See, and the first card that came up was be honest with yourself. So you have to be honest with yourself. Are you ready to be in a relationship? What is it that you need to do to prepare yourself to feel ready? And it may have to do with something spiritually. It could be something that you need to heal. It could be psychological, mental, emotional. It could be environmental, financial, possibly. And those kinds of things need to be addressed before you can actually get into a relationship, you know? And this could be about you getting your life on track, you being more responsible with how you expend your energy, because your time, your love, and your effort is energy. That's our currency as human beings. I know we like dollar bills, but you know, like our currency is our energy, you know, how we spend it, how we waste it. No, we need to get that back. We need to get our power back. With this too, it's also about you owning up to your own mistakes. You know, we all make mistakes, and you have to forgive yourself. You have to give yourself grace. As compassionate and empathetic we can be towards other people, we need to be that to ourselves, you know, and we know we deserve that just as much as anybody else does, right? But the thing is, there's something inside of us that needs to be addressed. And that's the only way we can heal these wounds that interfere with us getting the things that we want in life. And it doesn't have to pertain to just relationships, but it does say cuffing season. You know, this is about getting into a relationship, you know, wanting to be in a relationship, ready to be in a relationship. Maybe some of you are ready to be in a relationship, but there may be certain things that you need to work on in order to be healthy in a relationship. So there's certain insecurities, fears, mindsets, belief systems that need to be reprogrammed within yourself in order for you to be completely ready to be in a relationship, you know. And also, how can we really know we're ready? You know, I feel like sometimes when you meet the right person, they kind of make you get ready. You know what I mean? You're like, it's like with somebody, like say you're home. I'm going to use this example. You're home. You're not planning to do anything. You think you're going to stay home. You're going to be in your loungewear, watching TV, watching Netflix or whatever the hell you watch, eating whatever the hell you eat. And then somebody calls you, invites you out. And you're like, oh shit, I want to go out. Yeah, I want to go out. What you got to do? You got to get ready. You know, you got to wash your ass. You got to brush your teeth, wash your face. You know, hopefully not in that order. Like you wash your ass, then your face. Do it your face first, and then your ass. I'm sorry. I'm just like, but you get ready. So this is what it is. It's like sometimes when you meet somebody, that's when you're like, oh shit. This person could be the one for me. I gotta change. There's certain changes I gotta make. So they kind of make you get ready, you know? I hope that makes sense. Because Because I'm like, how does one person know they're really ready for a relationship? And I feel like one of the ways for me, and this is just me thinking, like if you meet somebody and then you're like, oh God, there's certain things I gotta change, there's certain things I need to improve on, or like, and it's not because the other person is, maybe, the person is bringing those stuff up within you, but it's not because they're pointing it out. It's something that you're noticing within yourself. And that's where the be honest with yourself comes in. You have to be honest with yourself about what kind of shit are you going to be bringing into your relationship. You got to make a decision, like what's going to stay and what's going to go. What are you going to keep and this is like a declutter, like a spiritual, mental health, emotional health, declutter, just so that you can be in a somewhat prepared, because I don't know, you could be fully ready for a relationship, because you never know what can happen in a relationship. And as you're going through it, that's when you realize, okay, I got to work on this, I got to work on that, whatever. But it's important, like, just to do what you can with what you know, and like just cleansing yourself, ridding yourself of any negativity, and just grounding yourself as much as you can. If you're someone who has like a very busy mind, your mind is always racing. You're always having thoughts, ideas, especially if you have a lot of insecurities, a lot of fears, or have a lot of, I don't like, I feel like I want to say trauma, but I feel like it's just bad experiences too, because to some extent, a lot of people do have traumatic experiences, but it could just be bad experiences that shaped you and in a way kind of block you for being in a relationship, being healthy to be in a relationship. I know, like, people who want to be in a relationship, I don't think they want to get in a toxic relationship. They want one that's healthy. I know that's what I want. But the thing is, if I want a healthy relationship, and I've mentioned this, I think maybe last month or earlier this month in another live stream, is that we have to make sure that we're healthy too, because we want to be attracting healthy, and we want to be healthy to receive love, to accept love, and also to give healthy agape love, So it's like, what do you need to do? How do you need to get your power back? And one of the ways I feel like too that we can get our power back is by ridding ourselves of all this negativity, because we're giving our power to the negativity, the things that interfere with us being in a relationship, with us being healthy and within ourselves, and in turn being healthy in a relationship itself, Okay, so I'm gonna stop right there with that. Okay, let me see what else I can do. I'm so sorry that I have the chat. I forgot. I meant to turn it back on, but then I got busy and distracted at work, and I like that this is kind of, I know the only reason why this seemed to be like a love reading, and I feel like regardless of it being a love reading, it's important to take your power back. It's important for you to make decisions that are right for you, and where you are being honest with yourself and you're not sacrificing yourself for the greater good. You're not martyring yourself in any way. And it's important you do get your power back, but one of the ways you do that is by making decisions that are right for you. It's about you choosing to get rid of any negativity that you may be experiencing, and also being responsible with how you are expending your energetic currency, your love, your time, your effort. All of that is valuable, and it's irreplaceable. It's more valuable than material. It's more valuable than this ring. It's more valuable than this house. It's more valuable than property. You're valuable. You have to understand that. And that's when you understand that, this is where you can really dig deep and have a better understanding, and then also find that peace within yourself, because you're no longer in denial and lying to yourself about things that don't really work for you, that aren't good for you. And like I said, this is one of the ways that you can get your power back, Some of you may be seeing signs and synchronicities, because I looked underneath and I have the card, recognize the signs from above. Angels are sending you messages now, but you're too distracted to notice. Stay alert and open to divine guidance. This is about staying present and where you are. Don't allow yourself to get distracted by menial, frivolous things. Focus on what matters. What matters. I know this is like... But like I said, what matters? Your time, your energy, your effort is valuable. But you may be wasting it, distracted by things that are meaningless, Pay attention to the signs that you're getting. Number 26, maybe significant to you. Okay, I'm trying to decide what to do next. All right, I want to get some tarot cards. Let's see what message you need to know at this time. I hope this reading is resonating with you all in the best way possible. That was at the bottom of the deck. Did it come out? Yeah, I'm trying to put, like, shuffle this card back in, but it didn't want to. 9 of Wands. Some of you are guarding yourself. You're protecting yourself. But I don't know, the way this is depicted, this is the wounded warrior, typically, right? But she has a fence in front of her. She's blocking herself. Regardless of me saying her, it's because of the imagery, but you could be a masculine or a feminine energy. But on the card, it depicts a feminine figure blocking herself, protecting herself, you know? But there's that fire that still burns. It's that desire, the want for something. And it doesn't have to be with love. It could be with anything that you care about and that you value, whatever is important to you. But it's that fire that still burns. It's like that perseverance, that, like, I want to say ride or die, but I don't think that's the right thing to say. It's not wanting to give up. Not wanting to give up on that wish, that hope, that dream, and willing to put in that, willing to keep fighting for it. You know, whatever it is for you. But typically, those 2 cards fall. I kind of want to see what they are. Like, I feel like what this is saying, because I had to take this, is the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is a grounded, nurturing figure. She's maternal in her own right. All the queens have that. Well, maybe not the Queen of Wands. She's a little more sexy and independent. Like, she's like the single lady. Like, she's like the rich auntie, the Queen of Wands. You know, if you really want to think about it. But the Queen of Pentacles is a businesswoman. She nurtures what she loves, what she cares about. But this is about you, like, turning a blind eye or ignoring whatever temptations may be coming towards you, with the Devil card showing up. But like I said, this is like the negativity. It's the fear. It's the limitations, the beliefs that are no longer serving you. It's the things that you need to release, that you need to free yourself from. You could be overthinking. Probably, I don't know. Hopefully, if you're hearing voices, well, some people are clairaudient, but, you know, there are also, well, you know what, I have my, like, theories about stuff, but I'm not going to put that here. So you may be getting a lot of downloads, getting a lot of information, but also it could be just inundating you. But it could be things that are not coming from the most healthy place. Yes, the Devil looks sexy in this card, but, you know, temptation usually comes in a sexy package. You know what I mean? Like, even chocolate, because I have a box of Godivas on my desk right now, and so they're looking pretty tempting, you know? But this is like things that seem like they make sense, things that seem correct or right, but then they stress you out. They make you worry. They make you afraid. They keep you trapped. This is ego. This is ego. This is all ego right here, you know? But you see here, she's paying attention to what she cares about. She's paying the devil no mind. You know, putting her time, effort, and energy and love towards things that she values, things that she wants to grow, things that she wants to prosper, you know? So this is about putting your guard up against any toxicity, any negativity, any unhealthy behaviors, unhealthy people, possibly. You know, this is about self-preservation, but also not giving up, because sometimes it may seem easy just to give into what is comfortable or what is just easy, you know? Like, I was having a conversation yesterday about relationships with someone I work with, and he was talking about, yeah, but people have, they have like these like not so serious relationships. They enjoy each other's company and stuff like that. But I'm like, yeah, but not everybody wants that. You know, people actually want commitment, you know, but then there are people who don't want commitment. They want to be able to do whatever they want. But the thing is, like, if that's something that doesn't resonate with you, then you got to keep those types of people away from you. You know, there could be somebody, but it could also be your ego getting in the way of you. Your ego can be its own person, you know, if you allow it to be. And its own person will be what you become if you allow it to control you. So this is about protecting yourself from temptation, negativity, toxicity, unhealthiness, and focusing your energy, your fire, your passion, your drive, your motivation on what it is that you want to see long term. But she's also the Queen of Pentacles is also the queen, like you could say, of self-care. You know, because she values herself. She takes time to take care of herself. She's dignified. She's respectable. She's respected. So this is about you protecting even your reputation, you know? Protecting your reputation. Protecting your dignity. And men have dignity too, okay? We all have dignity. Regardless of this being a Queen of Pentacles. You know, men need to take care of themselves too. So it's like you have to cleanse yourself of the toxicity, purify yourself. You know, it takes time. And I mentioned, I don't know if anybody's seen this video where people pour water, clear water into a vessel that is with colored water, and then you have to see how much water you pour into it before it becomes clean again, like clean water, clear water. That's how much of a process it is to kind of rid yourself of any of this negativity that exists within you, you know, even around you. Sometimes it's easy to cut people off, you know, like that could be the easiest thing. But if there's like feelings involved, or there's attachments like children or bills and stuff like that, then that can be difficult. But it's a matter of you protecting your energy, you know. And look at the Justice cards in the bottom of the deck. This is about restoring balance, restoring the balance within yourself. You know, you have to make the decisions that are right for you. And that's you imparting your own justice. You imparting your own justice. With the justice scales there, with make a decision. Libra energy here too. You know, and it's so funny. I just like, I feel like this is what's going to happen, because if we look at the first cards that came out, the cleanse and cuffing season, it's like showing like once you are able to rid yourself of this toxicity, the things that like block you from like being in a loving relationship, if that's what you want. And I'm going back to love. Under the Justice card was the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles is the perfect match for the Queen of Pentacles. You know? So this is about like, if you're someone who wants to be in a relationship, but even being partnered with the right opportunities, if you want to look at it that way, if you're not interested in love, but just like wanting to be partnered with the right opportunities, it's about restoring that balance within yourself, getting rid of all the negativity that causes you to be in imbalance, you know, the stuff that, you know, because, you know, it's interesting how negativity is very heavy energy, but positive energy, like happiness, joy, being ecstatic, you know, ecstasy is very high energy and it's very light, you know. But the thing that usually causes us to become imbalanced is the negativity, you know. So this is why it's important for us to rid ourselves of negativity, because that's what's causing a lot of imbalance in a lot of areas in our life. It doesn't have to only do with love. It could just do with everything. all, like just even your internal health, you know, you how you feel about yourself, also how you show up in the world, and also how you connect to people. That's where we really need to work on lightening those negative loads that we have within us, because that's what's going to restore balance. And in turn, it's going to allow you to align with the perfect person that's meant for you, and whatever perfect is for you, because everybody has their own idea about perfection, but also the perfect opportunities. The perfect home. Whatever it is that you really want, that's good for you. I have the Six of Cups here. Do you know what's interesting? Because I keep talking about like negativity and stuff. This negativity that you could be experiencing could be coming from childhood, that has carried over into your childhood. Because we have the Six of Cups, which is nostalgia. It goes back to childhood, your memories. It's like thinking back to the good times, but sometimes those memories have bad times, painful times, traumatic times, heartbreaking times, and they still linger within you, but you have to work through that. You know, it's an inner battle, but the thing is, you have to trust your instincts. If there's something inside of you that's letting you know that what the issue is, then you need to trust your inner guidance with the High Priestess here. You know, you're seeing the signs. There's something that you need to let go. Let it go. Number 18. This has, the situation no longer serves you. Allow me to sever your energetic connections to the past so you can embrace the future. And let it go. You don't have to carry this anymore. It's already served its purpose. Don't let it to continue to prevent you from being happy or receiving the good things that you deserve. Don't let the past continue to have power over your present and power over your future. This is how you could get your power back. This is about forgiveness of yourself, forgiveness of possibly other people, because like when we're children, there are things that we experience that other people have caused, you know, people do to us. But the thing is, like as adults, we have to understand that we have to come to terms, we have to accept that there are certain things that can't go back, that you can't get that time back, but that was the past, and you may need to work through those issues. And some of you may even need therapy. Maybe a journaling, depending. It depends. Everybody's different. Everybody wants to do therapy. You know, but it's like you have to let it go. Let it go. Don't let your past continue to play an important role in how you let your present moment, your present experience and future experiences play out. You know, you have to, I say you have to, but the thing is, we all have to in some way, you know, and it's not easy. But then, like, aren't you worth fighting for? Isn't the life that you want worth fighting for? Don't you think it is? Don't you think your future is worth fighting for? But the Five of Wands and the Two of Wands? Don't you think whatever it is that's meant for you is worth fighting for? But for yourself, not for other people, not for someone specific, but for yourself. That's what you need to be chasing. That's what you need to be going after, you know? And you're going to have to be honest with yourself. The Knight of Swords and the King of Swords. It's like that's taking the first step. Once you start taking those steps, then you're going to hit the ground running. And then you're going to level up. But the first step is being honest with yourself. And then this is where you get that closure. This is where the closure comes in. This is where the healing can come in. This is when you can see whatever good is meant for you out there in the future. It's unknown now, but it's there. As long as you believe that, and that's what you're working towards. And then, like I said, the perfect opportunity, even the perfect person may come in after that. But until then, it's all going to be a secret, you know? It's going to be unknown until we all do the work that we need to do. You know, so whatever inner those messages, downloads, things that you're getting that have been telling you what you need to do, but then have also been allowing you to feel a sense of peace and acceptance, is what's going to be your guiding force, you know? Don't allow yourself to get distracted, you know, because you won't see the signs. You won't get the messages. You won't get the downloads. You won't get that information that you need. So the whole point of this is to cleanse, to heal, in order to align with what is meant for you, to protect yourself from negative energy, and by focusing on what it is that you want for yourself, right? You see how the Queen of Pentacles, you think she wants devil stuff? I mean, like, whatever devil stuff is, you know, the bad stuff. Good, you know, you don't want to grow more bad things. You want to grow more good things, you know, in your life. But it's a matter of like turning your back, like not even paying attention to whatever your ego, your fears, your personal devils are telling you or trying to feed you. You know, it's to block and protect yourself from that energy, whether it's internally and also externally. Okay, so I want to go into this. I hope that message helps. I have this deck. It's called the Deep Love deck. I think when it comes to all of this, this is about having an open heart. Because if you close yourself off, you're not going to allow yourself really to heal. You have to, this cleanse that some of us need to do. I say us because I'm human. I am a human. Okay? It's necessary. Some of the cards came out of this card. Oh, look at this. Interwoven growth. Like tree rings, each year deepens your bond, marking shared time and depth. So this is supposed to be love messages, right? On the bottom, release the burdens of the past. Let love fly free. Let love fly free. Oh my gosh, that was a mouthful. So there's certain things that you need to release, you know? Certain things that we need to release. And it could be experiences that have shaped who you are, you know, within your, like, think about your own tree. Certain things have been, certain things from your past, all the way to your childhood, is like interwoven into you, into who you're being. Now it's like coming time to start to disengage from those things, to cleanse yourself of those things that have been interwoven in you. And that does take time. It takes patience with yourself and patience with the process, especially if you're working with a therapist or a mental health professional, if you need that. And it's also important for you to make time to do the things that you enjoy with play. Play and love. Keep a youthful spirit. Who wants to be with someone who looks old and haggard? That's not attractive. So you have to make sure that you're doing things that you enjoy, that make you feel good, that make you feel light. You know, remember I was talking about heaviness from negativity and the lightness of positivity? One of the ways you can do that to combat that is to focus and do the things when you have the time. I know we're all busy with school, work, family, whatever responsibilities, but it's important to make time for play, time to do the things that you enjoy and that lift your spirit. also that remind you why life is like, why and how life can be good for you, you know, instead of focusing on, like I said, the frivolous things. Transformation, turn conflicts into opportunities for growth, fueling the journey together. So this is like, if you're someone in a wanting love, you have to do the necessary changes, make the necessary changes for yourself, you know, work out any conflicts that you have. And any conflicts are, like I said, an opportunity for growth, because conflicts requires you to address it. And there's certain things you can't sweep under the rug anymore. And that's something you also have to be honest about to yourself. You have to be honest with yourself about certain things that you can no longer sweep under the rug. They need to be addressed in order for you to, like I talk about rug, and then we had the cleanse. Like there's things you're gonna have, like I said, deep cleaning. You gotta do a deep cleaning, and this deep cleaning is coming from within. And this is where, once you start to do that, the changes will be made. You'll see the changes within you. You'll start to feel more empowered. You'll feel more optimistic about life, because you will be releasing the things that no longer serve you. The release, in turn, allows there to be a transformation, because how can something really transform when it has so many heavy things? But it's like, as everything falls from you, your being, like all this negative projected toxic debris that's on you, that's not allowing, it's keeping you stuck and trapped. As it starts to fall away, it's what allows you to transform, to bring changes. You know, like you could even see that physical change within yourself, not only internally, like the way you think and the way you feel, and even your perception of things, which is part of thinking, right? But that transformation is not going to be, it's going to be an all-encompassing one. It's not going to be just in one area. It's going to be like a total transformation of who you are. You know, it's like the caterpillar becoming the butterfly, you know, it's that. And it's funny, there's the butterflies in this card right here. And it's funny because when I look at this, let it go, it's like, when you start to release things, it's like stuff, it's like magic in a way. You know, it's magic. I know I keep going, but I'm looking at this card to step into the spotlight. You know, who you are, if you focus on this transformation, if this resonates with you at all, it's like you're going to be unveiling a new you. You know, the you that was always there, but it was always way down and hidden because of all the crap shit, fucked up things that you have experienced. You know, all that is going to be shed from you, and then you're going to emerge and you're going to be glowing. You're going to be illuminating. You have a message that the world needs to hear. It's time to share your wisdom. And then you're also going to have your experiences that you learn from, that allows you to share with other people to help them, you know? Like me, I'm giving you a message. You make your change. I make my change. I continue doing my messages. Then you can become a messenger yourself, you know? And then you can help people too. That's what we're here for, you know? That's what I'm here for. So I hope this reading resonates with you in the best way possible. If it does, please consider subscribing to my channel, liking, sharing. And I won't be doing a live stream later today because I'm going to be going to an after work event. No, it's not an event. It's like a hangout. So I'm not going to be on tomorrow. I mean, I am going to be on tomorrow. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time, if I'm not running late, and most likely at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time as well, tomorrow, Friday. But I'm not going to be on this evening. So I hope this reading resonates with you all in some way. If it does, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. My name is Tan. Artemis Oracle is my channel, and I'm your reader. I'm sending you lots of love and light. Take care, everyone. Bye.